Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be testing the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Long Wear Foundation. Wow, that's a mouthful. In the shade 120. I was debating getting this foundation for quite a while, so when I did, I wanted to find out like how actually long wearing it is and what it looks like on the skin and what the difference is between my favourite foundation and this. So today I'm going to be testing that for you. So I've literally just done my face. I'm going to show you me putting the foundation on in a second. I'll insert the clip and you guys can see like how it looks on the skin, like just the foundation on top of my normal primer. I'm going to do everything the same as I usually would, except my foundation is going to be this instead of my YSL foundation. So yeah, so it says on the website, be sure to moisturise skin before foundation application, especially if your skin is dry. So I've just done what I usually do. So I put my Unicorn Elixir on and then I put my Too Faced, what's it called, Primed Poreless primer on. And it says, after moisturising, prep skin with Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer for best results. I don't have that, but if that's good, can you guys let me know? Because I really would like to try more Fenty products. So it says, for full coverage, apply 1 to 2 pumps of Pro Filter foundation on the back of your hand using fully body foundation brush. Dot product onto the centre of your face and blend outward. Now, I don't apply foundation like that, so I don't think it's very fair to test it like that. So I'm just going to be applying it like usual. And then if I need some more, I will go in with some more. So I don't use a brush, I use a beauty blender. So I don't think that's fair if I start using a brush now when I don't really know how to use a brush. So yeah, that is basically it. It's supposed to be long wearing and blurring apparently, according to the website. So let's get into it and find out. Okay, so I've just primed my face. I look ridiculous right now because last night I did a pink eye look and it didn't want to come off because my eye makeup remover is absolutely crap. So I'll be getting a new one soon. Yeah, so I do have very textured skin, as you guys can see. I have a few blemishes and a lot of discoloration around my eyes area. It's quite puffy as well. So my Holy Grail foundation at the minute is the YSL one. I will show you how that wears if you would like to see that. Let me know in the comments. But I will be testing the Fenty foundation, which is in the shade 120 because I am quite fair. And I've been debating getting this foundation for a while. I've heard so many good things about it, but my skin is naturally quite dry. So I've kind of been on the fence about getting it, like, because I'm very, let's say, picky when I try new foundations. Like, I have to watch like a ton of reviews. So I wanted to see how long wearing this is and if it would actually agree with my skin, because it is supposed to be for all skin types. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm just going to sort of apply it how I usually would. I have got primer on, by the way. I use my usual primer routine, which is the Too Faced Primed Poreless and the Fasali Unicorn Elixir underneath. So I'm just going to sort of dot it around my face. This is how I usually apply my foundation. This might look a bit crazy at the start. I know you guys are probably thinking, well, that's way too much. I'm just literally doing what I usually would with my favourite foundation, just so I can actually compare it. If I've got too much, I can always blend it out and powder it down, so it doesn't really matter. Just dotting it around my face. I don't want to put too much on at the same time because I don't know what the coverage is like on this. Okay, I think that should be okay. I'm going to put a little bit on my eyebrow because I don't want that discoloration and I don't know if my eye primer is going to cover that. Okay, so now we've done that, I'm just going to blend it with my beauty blender. This is just literally what I usually do on my normal foundation routine. Oh, okay, it's quite thick consistency compared to what I'm used to. So, oh. And I never use a brush for my foundation because I usually can really see the stippling effect. It's just quite bad. I just really don't like the look of a brush. Like, I know it works for some people, like my mum uses it, and some foundations are really good with it. I just can't seem to get the hang of it, so I always use a beauty blender for my foundation. I know in some reviews people do the brush compared to the beauty blender side, but honestly I tried that and it just doesn't work, like, so it wouldn't be like a fair contest. So I'm just going to do it how I usually would. It's blending out quite nicely. It's taking a little bit of work, but it is actually okay. It's not too bad. So I've worn this once, but not for like very long. It's only for a few hours of the day when I went for dinner. And it was okay. Like, I don't know how long it lasts. Yeah, I literally just did it really quick, so Okay, so we're almost done blending out. It is clinging, let me zoom you guys in, it is clinging a bit around my nose. So it hasn't covered everything, as you can see. And it is clinging to my dry patches around my nose. And my lines in my forehead. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna build a little bit more on it, like put a little bit more on, and I will see just, oh, whoops, in my dry patches and just see where that takes us, because it might need a little bit of help building up. So these are my problem sort of areas. I didn't actually think I'd need that much of this foundation, because some foundations are like you only need like a few pumps and then you're good to go, but this one, I don't know. It is supposed to be medium to full coverage, so, but we'll give it a first shot. I'll see what it looks like once I've done like my whole face in a second. Like I'll put concealer on and everything, and then I'll show you, and then I'll do regular check-ins so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the foundation is looking like so far. I mean, it's okay, it's not the best I've had, like I obviously still have my favourites, but I'm gonna do the rest of my face and then get back to you guys. Oh, it has covered a bit of the pink actually, so that's quite good. It has covered pretty much all the discoloration I've got, which is good. Yeah, so I'm gonna do the rest of my face and then I will check in with you guys and show you how it looks, and then I'll do regular check-ins, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I'm back again, just finished my makeup. Yeah, I think my skin actually looks really, really nice. Like it has blurred the skin a little bit. Like my pores obviously have gone down a lot, like compared to what I'm used to. That is really nice. The texture isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like when I initially put it on, I was a bit scared because my skin is obviously quite dry and the foundation kind of clung to like my drier patches. So I'm kind of glad, like now I've done my whole face, it is looking a lot better and it's looking very nice. Like my texture has, like you can still see, oh, focus, you can still see texture, but it's like not like emphasized. Like for some foundations will like completely emphasize texture and pores. This hasn't at all, so I'm really impressed. Yeah, so it's not too bad. Like I'm used to my forehead looking like that, to be fair. My larger pores here, I have quite big pores, as you guys could probably see when I had like no foundation on. They have been shrunk, like they look blurred to me, so that is really nice. So I'm gonna go about my day. I've finished my makeup, it's 1:30 now. So I'll do some check-ins with you guys throughout the day and we'll see how the foundation's looking. See you in a bit, guys. Okay guys, it is, wait, what's the time? It is almost 8 o'clock and I am back to do a check-in. So the makeup's been on 7 hours. I think it was 1:30 when I said I finished it. And honestly, my skin looks really, really good. Like you can see there's still texture and you can see my oils are starting to come through. So you can see the makeup's actually held up quite well. You can see my, here I've got my mascara that's transferred onto the foundation, but that's not the foundation's fault. But overall, I think the foundation looks really nice. It stayed in place quite well. I am starting to like get a bit oily in my T-zone, but yeah, I'm getting oily around my nose area, which is usual for me, and everywhere else looks okay though. It doesn't look too bad. It looks really nice, to be honest, especially from like further away. Like it looks really nice. There's like a fine line between dewy and like oily, so you know, but I am starting to look a little bit oily around here, but overall I don't think it's too bad. So I will come and check in probably in a few more hours. I'll leave it on just to give it a fair chance of how long wearing it is, because then it would have been like, I don't know, 10 hours maybe. It's not that long of a wear test, but it's generally how long a lot of people like wear their makeup for, maybe like 10-12 hours a day. So yeah, so it's a fair shot at it, but overall it looks quite nice. So my pores still look really blurred, which is really nice, and I haven't touched it up at all, guys. My forehead looks pretty much the same, which is strange, which is really good. I'm kind of liking it. Like I'm kind of preferring it to my YSL foundation, but I'll leave it on a few more hours to see if that's still the case. I'm just gonna like get rid of that mascara stain if I can, just so you guys can see everything I've done. My chin looks kind of oily. Can you sort of see? I've got a big spot there and it's like really hurting me, so it might just be that. But yeah, it's looking a little bit oily, but overall for 7 hours is not too bad. I've just been tinkering around the house and I've walked my dogs, and yeah, so overall not too bad. So I'll check in with you guys in a little while and we'll go from there. Okay, it is literally almost midnight and I've had my makeup on about 10.5 hours now. So this is what my skin looks like. It's a bit of a hot mess, not gonna lie. My ring light's kind of making it look more dewy rather than like oily, but yeah, it is a bit of a hot mess right now. You can see all my T-zone is really oily. My pores are actually still okay for me, like they don't look too bad. This is worn off, probably just because of me touching my chin and stuff. My chin's usually the first place to go anyway. Yeah, it has come off, so that is literally just because of me touching it though. Yeah, so let's ignore this bit because that is my fault, but the rest of the face looks quite good. Yeah, so I haven't touched up at all today, so it doesn't look too awful. I kind of expected it to look even worse, like it would run off my face. Fenty foundation gets a thumbs up from me. It is long wearing and it does blur the pores, like especially for my pores because I have such big pores. So yeah, I'm very impressed with it. I think I got a really good colour match as well because it did look the same colour as my other foundations that I wear. So 120 was definitely my colour because I have like sort of warm neutral sort of undertones, so either way those sort of foundations work for me. But yeah, it definitely worked with my normal foundation routine. I used a silicone based primer, so it seemed to work really well with my normal sort of routine, so I'm very impressed with it. And it did hold up quite well, like it stopped the oils for probably the same amount of time as my YSL foundation. So this is going to be one of my top foundations that I reach for at the moment because of how it looks with like the rest of my makeup. Like on its own I was a bit worried because it kind of looked like it was clinging to my dry spots, but as soon as I did like my normal routine it was really good. So as you guys saw, obviously, if you have any like questions or anything, leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer you guys, and let me know if you want to see any other particular foundation have like a wear test or any like questions you might have, because I really like foundations at the minute. Like I really like trying new foundations, so I have quite a few. Like I still have some that I don't even try, like I haven't even tried out, so I do have quite a range. So I would like to do this like regular, you know, test out foundations, like if that's something you guys are interested in. Definitely let me know down below. I'll start doing a couple, and if you guys like them then I'll keep doing them. I think that's everything, so thank you guys so much for watching and I hope you really enjoyed this video. If you like this sort of video, let me know down below and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.